Hey, welcome back to my channel. Kaylin here, Full Purpose in Heart, and today's video I am going to be showing you the last video of my very long series of our homeschool curriculum. This is our morning cart, similar to a morning basket, but this is where I put all of our curriculum that I use in a looping schedule for our morning school. So I have it over here. You can't see it. It's just off the camera. Look at this messy table. It's over here, okay? So welcome to my classroom. This is a real life here. I'm gonna bring it over here and I'll try to set it up on top so that you can see as we go through, and hopefully on this very dreary day, you'll have some lighting so that we can go through what I have in our morning cart. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, how is this? How are we? The lighting is not great, but it is what it is, and we are friends, so come on into my classroom. Okay, so I put it up on the table here. This has 3 levels. I'll move the camera down when we get down to the bottom level here. So I chose this 3-tiered cart as opposed to a basket because I do a looping schedule in our school, and this is what allows me to get through all of the different things in our loop. So some days we do just this section, some days we do this section, blah, blah, blah. And I just kind of have it all this way so it's easy for me to grab. When I school, I'm always at the end of the table here on the back side of our classroom. And this just sits right next to me. I sit in my chair, my kids sit in their desks, and I can easily just grab what I want to grab. And sometimes when we're like throwing things into the school day, or we start up a conversation, I'm like, oh, I have it. Like, it's right here. So starting at the top, this chunk here is my character studies books. So probably like once a week, my goal is once a week, twice if I'm like in a really good groove, is to do some character studies. But the fact of the matter is it doesn't happen as regularly as I want. One of my purposes of schooling my children at home is to teach them good character and how to deal and conduct themselves in the world around them while still maintaining the values that they want for their lives. Okay, so here's some of my character resources. This is called, and I've shown these before in my YouTube channel, so if you've seen them before, then this is a good repeat for you. Some of them you can get on Amazon, others I found at like thrift sales. So anyway, this is called Building Kids and Families with Character and Heart. This is written by Joanne Warcup down here. Google it. I don't know if you can find it. I found this at like a thrift store, but I love it. So it just has like some examples. Okay, here's another one. This is Wisdom Kids. This, again, I think I got this on Amazon. 40 character building lessons. Really, again, another one that I love. Oh, this one's not character. Okay, and then this one is the complete set. I talked about this in my family curriculum video that I posted last week, 2 weeks ago. This one is really this is my all-time favorite one, and I recommend this before any of the other ones because it has like 4 or 5 pages per character quality with activities and poems and lessons and hands-on stuff and stories and like so many great things that can help you start discussions and teaching with your kids about character. So it's called the complete set. It is on Amazon. It is not cheap. I understand that it is expensive, but I love it so much. So it's by elementary curriculum, maybe, or maybe it's by character first education. Just type in the complete set. I wish you luck. Okay. Then, oh, and this one is also character. We'll throw this one in here. So this is by Brooke Romney. She has 52 modern manners for today's teens. She also did an updated book, which I don't have. I got this at Costco, but I think it's modern manners for kids even. And I think she has like a part 2. So she's done several of these, but we love these. Last year I did this as copy work, and I was having just as a morning activity, like, okay, get out a piece of paper, copy this sentence down. And then I would read the back part with my kids and we would talk about it. But it's just got a lot of, really great qualities that you can teach your kids, just manners, character, all that good stuff. So I highly recommend that. It's on Amazon as well. 52 modern manners for today's teens. Again, I think she has one that is for kids as well. So that one's really good. Okay. So Another section, another part of our looping schedule is feelings. And this is one that I have a video on my YouTube channel where I talk about this curriculum. This is called A Biblical Worldview on Mental Health for Children. And it just goes through emotions in general. And we talked about mad and anxiety and happy, and she has like little activities that you can do in here. Now, I just use my copier and I'll like copy pages that I want all of my children to do. You can do it directly out of this book, or you can do this. I will put in the eye in the sky, look in the eye in the sky. I will put the video that I put of this curriculum from her. But I use this with my kids. Again, just talking about feelings. And right now we're doing anxiety. Oh, look at this is when I talked about, was this anxiety? I think this was my anxiety picture. Oh, and then we talked about, this was when we talked about anger. So you can see my little, like, we feel explosive like a volcano, okay? Where do you feel it? It's such a good curriculum. She did such a good job. So if you're needing to teach your kids about feelings, which I'm not anybody specific to say what you should teach your kids, but feelings is a really good thing for them to know what they're feeling and how to deal with their feelings. This has been a fun resource for me to have just as a part of our loop that we look at once or so, a couple times a month. Let's say that. Okay. The next section here, this is my devotional section. So every year we do devotional a little bit different in our family. Sometimes in the morning, sometimes at night, blah, blah, blah. But this year we're doing morning devotions as a family. Like, we have this table that we're going to, and I'm really trying to be super focused on studying the scriptures together. So this is like in addition to that, and it'll be, again, a couple of times a month. It's kind of hit or miss. It's in the loop. So when it comes up on the loop, then this is what we'll do. And I just have this random set of devotional books that I've collected over the years, and I'll just pick one and be like, okay, we're doing devotional today. Let's just pick one and read it. And my kids love Duck Commanders the best. This is their favorite one. And it has a good story and whatever. So if you've seen this, I recommend it. In fact, I think he's maybe done 2 of these. I don't know. So Devotions for Kids. This one is one of my kids' favorites. When I grab that one, they are always happy about that. I do have just little Bible stories for kids, Indescribable. Again, there's another book of this, but this is a fun kind of introduction to science and how God is in everything. So that's a good one. And then we have Adventures in Odyssey, 90 devotions for kids. Again, they like reading this one because we do listen to Adventures in Odyssey on our road trip. So they recognize the characters and they love this one. So this is just another one that we will read. Okay, so moving on. Oh, okay, I also have this. This is the more of the devotionals, right? So if we're just reading like the children's Bible, let's just read. And if it correlates with what we're reading in our Bible study downstairs, then it works. Okay, so I just keep these here. All right, the next section, in my family curriculum video that I posted this month, I did talk about these brochures. This is something that we do, and I have them actually like planned in our month. When I plan for our whole month, I pick the day that we're going to be doing either a state brochure or an animal brochure. But there are school days when I don't feel like teaching, my kids don't feel like schooling, we're all just like barely hanging on. And I pull these out on those days. Now, they haven't happened this year, but like last school year, it happened, a handful of times. But they're just nice to always have, and I keep them in my box here so that I have them. So on those days, I can be like, okay, do you want to research a state or an animal? Great, let's do it. So I have these on my Teachers Pay Teachers shop. I think that they're actually different grades is what I have going on here. I don't know why these look different, but anyway, I've got animals and this. Look in the description box below if you want these really quick brochures. They're just something that I threw together, and I do use them on occasion, and I keep them here. Okay, this section here goes with my this book. Okay, so when I teach my kids about their feelings, then I grab them their feelings folder, and all of my kids have a feelings folder, and we just add to those pages. I just have it in one of these like presentation folders. This comes on and off. And so we just add the pages to it as we go through the year. I don't know how many pages quantity like this little like thing is going to be able to hold, but we're just going to go until we can't go anymore. So we just keep all of our stuff in this. So when we pull out our feelings, then this is what we pull out for that. Okay. All right. And then in this last little cubby here, I have a couple of random stuff. I have these are markers. These are just Sharpie markers that I don't let my kids use, but I will use them on occasion when I'm whatever, for like a lesson or something that we're doing. Okay. Oh, I cannot wait to tell you guys about these. Okay, so I need to make a whole video about this, but we're starting something called Mail Monday. I got this from the Walduck Way, and she does this every Monday. They read mail and they make mail. So I got a subscription to 2 companies, and we haven't opened them yet. We're going to start this coming Monday. So we get to open mail, and I have one from Writings from the Wild. So this is kind of science. And then this one is from American Heritage Adventure. So this one is history. Again, I haven't opened them. So I will do a whole video review on these companies when I open them. I also got a third company that's history that's going to be mailing me their stuff so that I can kind of compare. So anyway, I put them in here so then when we have Mail Monday, we'll be able to read. And then the plan is that we will actually write letters to a cousin, a loved one, a friend, blah, 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 kind of practice our own mail because mail is a lost art. Hello, am I close enough to you? Oh my gosh. Okay, this setup's not ideal. Okay, this is the last thing that I have in this, and these are things that I just grabbed based on, based on the lesson that we're doing. So we're doing American history. Again, we're always doing American history. So I grabbed this set. This year is new to our classroom, and it is just the presidents. It is up to President Biden. So it is very current. And on my sidewall over here, I have the branches of government, which you can't see, but I actually pulled out President Biden's card and put it with the executive branch so that the kids can always look at that. So anyway, but as we talk about the Civil War, we look at, those presidents and all that kind of good stuff. So that's been fun. This one I haven't even opened yet. Have I opened it? Oh, maybe I have. Anyway, this is Usborne Famous Paintings. My oldest is a huge fan of art, and so we have plans. I have plans to study art a little bit better this year. So I got this so that we can just look at the cards. This was actually kind of a tricky find because I don't have an Usborne. In fact, did they change their name? I feel like they changed their name. But anyway, I don't have an Usborne distributor who is a friend of mine or anything like that. So I think I got it on Amazon. But the card is a very thick, it's a very good card. And the picture is on the front, the full picture. And then it has all of the cool tips and facts and what have facts on the back so that you can read about that. So Lisa's missing eyebrows. It's like, did you notice? Lisa has missing eyebrows. In her day, it was fashionable for women to pluck them or shave them off. Did you ever notice that? I don't know if I ever did. And then it talks about, did you know it was stolen from the Louvre? So anyway, lots of good pictures. I would highly recommend this set. Here's Starry Night. Are you impressed that I knew what that one was? Okay. I don't know what that one is. A little bit of, I'm guessing that this is, Kandansky. Okay. Anyway, we're not going to go through it, but this has been a really cool, fun set. I like this one a lot. The president's one, I didn't pull it out, but they also have facts on the back, and then the president and the number president is in the front. So they're a really good set too. Okay, the last set that I have, this was just a fun one for days when you don't feel like teaching, you don't want to do homeschool, we got to figure something out. I just got these brain busters. It's just a geography type thing. So you can see the pictures on the front, facts on the back, same thing. Okay, these ones actually are questions, not facts. So you can kind of have a fun, kind of a learning activity while you surround yourself around the fireplace because it's snowing outside and the sun's been gone for 15 days. Okay. All right. So that is the top crate. It has all of my looping go-to stuff so that my kids, I know exactly what they need and what they grab and all that stuff. Okay. Let's go to level 2. This second tray here is going to be all of my unit studies that we're doing for that period of time. I try to schedule our day so that we do both history and science every day. And I just schedule the lessons so that they're not super long. If it turns out to be too much time, then we'll just drop the other subject. But most of the time I try to do both subjects every day. So I keep all of that material in this basket for me to have a quick grab. And as I'm making copies or putting together manipulatives for the lesson, then I'll throw them in this basket so they're an easy grab for me as we go to do the lesson, okay? So I have just like books, or if I get books from the library, this one is one that we own, but if I get books from the library, then I'll throw them in here. Right now we're doing space, so this is the book that I'm actually building the curriculum off of, and then this is just an extra book. If I have any library books, again, I'll put them in here for that. So we're doing science. This is actually my daughter's Sophie Mouse. So this is her curriculum and these are her books. Again, if I've printed anything or if I have like supplies for the craft, then I'll put them in this basket for that day so that I have them. But mostly just that's in here. And then this is our history stuff. This is we're doing the Civil War still. So this is the book that I'm using to build that curriculum. And then just a few copies of stuff. Like if I have to make copies for their, lap books or notebooks, whatever you call them, pocket books, I guess they're called, then I'll put them in here. So this is a really easy tray. I will also put my planner in this one so that I have it, but it's in the other room because I'm actually planning for this coming school week. So anyway, that's what I put in this third one. So let's pop down to the bottom. All right, one last tray. This is our bottom one, and this is one that I have the books that we do every day when I remember, but I try to do it every day. These are our like daily poems or like history. Let me show you. Okay, so this is the Sing a Song of the Seasons. That glare is not great, but I love this book. I talked about it in our family curriculum. It just goes through, first of all, it has really pretty artwork in it, and it goes through every day of every month and gives you just a seasonal poem that goes with it. So you just read the poems to your kids for the day, and it's really fun. And as we started the school year, obviously January, the poems were about the month of January, and like this one's called The New Year, this one's called January, this one's called January. So my kids were like, well, can we write a January poem? I'm like, oh my gosh, that's such a cute idea. And so one of my children said, well, why don't we do one every month? And then we'll have a book of all of the months. So I was like, that's so great. So this has been a really good resource to introduce poetry to my children and kind of spark their imagination and their memories. So it's been kind of a fun book, and we did write January poems. You can't see them, but I think that these are them right here. So anyway, that was kind of a fun thing. All right, the second thing that's in here is my the American Patriots Almanac. Again, I have really high hopes to use this more regularly, but it's pretty sporadic. We read it maybe, I don't know, let's say 10 times a month out of 20 school days. So about half the time we pull this out, but it is really cool. And it has one big, I'll just do a random day, May 3rd, how Washington, D.C. got its name. How did Washington, D.C. get into D.C.? So anyway, they have one big event that they write the paragraph about that happened on that day. But then down here, they have about 5 or 6 or 7 other events that happened in different years on that particular day. So they have 1765, 1802, 1921, 1923, 37, and 52. Just some other things that happened. Excuse me. So some days of the year, I will say, there's not a really exciting event that happened, but many times there are like, oh, this is so cool. Like, let's talk about this event. And it happened in my lifetime or before I was alive or whatever. So it's just such a fun resource to have. Again, just for like a daily shot of history. If you're looking for something awesome like that, I got it on Amazon, so it's a good find. Okay, this is garbage, but it's in here. And then the last thing that I have down here, these are my poetry books. And again, this I keep this in my bag or my basket because, what is this called? A cart? Because on those days when you don't want to do your lesson plan and you're out of energy and out of focus and the kids are not in the mood and you're not in the mood to drag them along, but you want to do something, then this is a really fun thing to have in the bottom of your book or of your box, so that you can just read and do. This is very Charlotte Mason-y, right? Read the poetry, talk about it, maybe get some paper out and have the kids do some imagery or drawings or whatever based on what you're reading. I have Australian poems, Sing a Song of Popcorn, and then I have some Hans Christian Andersen fairy tales, and then I have Peter Rabbit and his friends. So it just is a quick grab of something where you're like, okay, we've lost focus. Nobody is interested in learning about what I have planned for this, whatever it is. Let's just reroute and do something different. Then it kind of gives you the opportunity to have a little bit of school, but a little less structure. So these are just some markers and pens or whatever that I keep in this little baggie here. So again, for a quick grab that I don't want my kids to have access to all the time as a part of their school supplies, but something that we can grab if we're doing some kind of project or whatever. So anyway, that is our video for today. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you found something that was useful, or some idea or a resource that you want to purchase and incorporate into your school. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.